What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. We are at the Silver Ridge Peaks here in Colorado, trying to finish off these story missions. And if you remember from our last episode, we had a crash just as we were up on the top there. And I ended the video because, I didn't want to do all of this all over again. So here we are. We're going to try to pick up where we left off. I did see a herd of female Rocky Mountain mountain lion. Didn't see any males, so I decided not to go after them. And decided that I just really need to keep pressing on to complete this mission. So, let's get on it. Alright, so we are nearing the area that we were in before the crash. Excuse me. And if I remember correctly, we are supposed to be looking for clues to find Baden, the chick who decided to run up through here barefooted and who decided to throw her only bit of water at a bear. So, yeah. I don't know where to go from here. Oh, we got blood. That's not good.
I can't believe it. We followed. We were so close. I need to tell the police. I should... Okay, first things first. I need to get it together. How you doing? Are you okay? I'm sorry that you're having to deal with this firsthand. I need to deal with this, but there hasn't been a death in the reserve for almost a decade. I'm gonna call my dad, so he can talk me through the next steps.
And it just disappears, huh? Okie dokie.
Before I start making arrangements, there's something I'd like you to do for me, if you think you're up to it. In her journal, Baden mentions winning the trip out here. In all this drama, I forgot that she wasn't just here with the retreat. She was planning on staying a little longer at one of our outposts. There was something strange about the booking. I'm gonna make some calls now, but I'd like you to go to the outpost she was going to stay at. I have an uneasy feeling about why she was here. I can't quite explain it, but I don't think it was her idea to come here.
Alright. So we'll go to the outpost that she was supposed to stay at, which is over here.
Hey, got an update for you. I was speaking with the deputy about Baden, and she's gonna send an officer up to secure the scene, take pictures, etc. Do you remember the truck that we spotted leaving the reserve just before we locked it down? Well, the deputy had some news. Turns out that the truck was stolen from a college campus in Denver just a couple of weeks ago. It gets stranger. The sheriff just got a call from a patrolman in the next county over. The truck has been found on fire, abandoned in the middle of nowhere. It was an anonymous tip-off. I'm not an expert, but I bet that truck was the escape vehicle for our culprits. I'll let you know if the police find anything new.
Alright, well, I mean, okay, I guess. Let's see here. Reload time. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we're supposed to hang out here as well?
I need you to look for any signs that she came here with an agenda that might tie into the problems we're having. Be respectful, though. Didn't we already find Baden's phone in the woods? Ghost town and dig site? No. I don't believe it.
I do. What do we got over here? Something's highlighted out there. Let's take a look.
That's the gear from the dig site, isn't it? Look, there's the rock saw. Did they take the blade off for safety, maybe? There's a rifle in there, too? No hunter's leaving something like that lying around.
I don't know if we're supposed to be looking for something else or not. Maybe that backpack? Aha!
Our luggage. I guess it's just clothes and things. No need to open it up. I'll be honest with you. I'm struggling to keep myself under control. Not only has someone been terrorizing the reserve, but they plan to pin it on someone else. You know, my dad said that there's a spiritual reason for what's going on. What I believe is that people have tried to hurt us, and the innocents are getting caught in the middle. And the worst thing is that I have no idea who's behind it. Composure. That's what we need now, right? We got a response from APAR. They are denying all connections to what's happening here. They say that, while they have sadly been forced to euthanize animals in the past, none of their operations would ever condone the sorts of animal mistreatment that were reported. This never seemed like their MO to begin with. They kill shelter animals because they feel it's more humane than the alternative. They don't come out here to do it. Oh, and to make things even worse, I keep getting voicemails from Bobby Joe Jefferson asking me to call him back. We were able to trace the payment for Bond's accommodation. You ready for this? It came from a Green Enterprises. The company was dissolved 3 days ago. Seems like the person behind Bond's choice to come here was also the one who gave the go-ahead to rip up our railway. That's it. I've had enough from Bobby Joe. I'm gonna call him back and tell him that it's not the time. Give me a minute. I have a job for you. I'm sending you details of a spot I want you to visit, but I need to deal with something just now. I'll call you back once I'm done. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Bobby Joe may have solved the case. Do you recall the uranium mine that he was camped beside? It turns out that he was camping there because he was convinced that it was hosting some government conspiracy. Well, it turns out that someone had been up to visit the site on more than one occasion. The last time they visited, they came with a truck. Bobby was suspicious, so he tailed the truck as it moved around the reserve. Just before they left the reserve, Bobby lost sight of it as it disappeared into the woods. Before Bobby could figure out where it had gone, the truck returned to the road and drove out of the reserve. Bobby kept tailing them. Once they were out of the county, the driver jumped out, grabbed a jerry can from the back, and doused the truck in gasoline before setting it on fire. Bobby swears to me that the guy who got out of the truck is William Simpkins Jr. Shortly afterwards, he was picked up by someone in a car that matches the description of Junior's best friend. You remember the old chairman I told you about? That's William Simpkins Sr. This is his son. I went to school with him after he got himself kicked out of his fancy prep school. Junior was pretty horrible to everyone at school, but he was especially nasty to Bobby. I won't go into details, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby holds a grudge. The spot I'm sending you to is the place where Bobby says the truck took a detour before leaving the reserve. The driver desperately needed to get out of here. So why take a detour? Unless it was absolutely essential.
Alright, well, I did see a black bear, female black bear. She was running around. And I just kind of followed her with my rifle, and sure enough, she turned around, stopped, stood up on her hind legs, and said, "Come get me." So that's what I did. I shot her. It's just kind of the way things work out sometimes. There she is. Dang, what do we got over there? Some more elk. See a bunch of girls. Oh, we got elk even closer than that. Look at that. Ooh. Hello. Can you just stop for me and give me a nice shot picture, please? Just that would be cool if you did. They're spooked. Unfortunately. A nice looking elk though. Come on, can you give me a better shot? Of course you're gonna go behind the tree. Traveling, he's nervous. I don't know if I can get a good clean shot on him though. Maybe if he comes down there. I mean, he's gonna follow the women. Eventually. Well, I say we get our bear and then go from there. Guess we try for this one. So we got a right lung, female, 96.5, a low silver. Anyways, we'll accept it. So we need the money, we need the experience. I'm not going to be too picky. Boy, we got these elk that are right here too.
Whoever it was that drove in here got out. Follow the footprints.
I follow the footprints all the way to the end, man. What do you want me to do here? There ain't no other footprints. They're all going this way. Is that a CD or a DVD? You guys have seen that, right? Alright, well, looks like we kind of went into this mission bass-ackwards here.
That tree, it's been marked. Is that a hand?
Yeah, it is.
A bloody handprint? That's really not a good sign. Whose blood is on his hands? Look, there's blood on the ground. Keep following that trail.
And, alright. You want us to follow the trail? We'll follow the trail.
This seems to be the end of the trail.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
know.
little patch of disturbed soil. Did they bury something?
Yeah.
It's a rusty old saw blade.
Oh, it's a saw blade.
Oh, it's the saw blade that had been attached to the dig team's rock saw. But why detach it from the saw and bury it unless it was important? Take another look at the blade. It's not just rusty, is it? It's got blood on it. I'd bet it's the Vandal's blood, too. Okay, don't touch the blade. Leave it there.
A little late
the
for
deputy's
that.
on their way. They'll probably want to talk to you. I think we've just found the missing piece of the puzzle. Great work. I've got an update. Junior and his friend were just pulled over by the state police. Guess who has a nasty gash across their hand?
What the hell? You got what? How did I end up all the way up here?
I hope you've enjoyed the last few days of uninterrupted peace and tranquility.
Not really.
I've just said goodbye to the last of the deputies team. They've gathered up all the evidence they think they'll need. While you've been busy hunting and exploring, I've been in interviews or giving statements to the police, the board, and even the local press. I haven't stopped or slowed down for what feels like at least a week now. I doubt today will be very different. I wanted to catch up with you this morning as I wanted to express my gratitude for the work you've done and ask you for one last big favor. I know I mentioned my dad's concern that there was a more spiritual reason for why things have been tough at the reserve. I can't say that I necessarily agree with him, but I'd like to do something to make him feel better. This job involves a journey to the top of Mount Silver Ridge. I don't trust anyone else to do this. Can you make it to the start of the trail? I think I ought to tell you why I'm sending you over there, right? So, since my dad got sick and I took over the warden position, we've sort of stopped doing a lot of the things that we used to do together. Sadly, this has resulted in us both missing the bear dance back in spring. I know it means a lot to my dad, and I feel bad that we weren't able to make it. It can get pretty tense when we discuss our culture back home. Dad and I see the world through different lenses. I am proud of my heritage and where I come from, but I don't want it to define me as a person. Dad sees that as me turning my back on my community. Since we both missed the bear dance, I plan to make it up to Dad by attending the Sundance in a week's time. You're probably wondering what this has to do with you walking up a mountain, right? Just before I was born, my grandfather climbed Mount Silver Ridge and stashed a pair of quartz rattles at the top. When I was a teenager, my dad showed me them and told me that they were only to be brought down the mountain in times of dire need. I think that if I bring those rattles with me to the Sundance, Dad will appreciate that I've accepted their significance and paid respect to our beliefs. So, after helping pull the reserve back together, I'm hoping you'll help me comfort my dad. I hope I'm not asking too much.
Well, I think it should be your ass climbing to the top of that mountain, not me. What the heck's wrong with you? It's supposed to be your spiritual journey, not mine. I mean, it kind of loses its significance when I'm the one who's doing all the work. Whatever. Guess we're gonna go get some rattles from the top of a mountain now, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be the last mission. Should be.
Bagging a Rocky Mountain goat is a challenge even for experienced hunters. Like bighorn sheep, they tend to stick to mountain faces above the timberline where they're difficult to pick off. Try scouting them when they graze the meadows during the daytime.
Well, I'm not trying to get Rocky Mountain goat. I'm trying to get these missions done. It's really all I'm interested in at the moment.
Okay, so this is it. The Silver Ridge Trail. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. I can promise you that the views from the top are worth the climb. Plus, you never know what you might be able to hunt on the way, right? While you're on your way up, why don't I fill you in on the recent news? So, first things first, Junior. I have some mixed news there. Was it Junior that terrorized the reserve? Almost certainly yes. He has, however, been released from prison after one of Daddy's lawyers stepped in to save him. He's so cocky that he actually gave an interview to a reporter, but kept using phrases like we and us, as well as the Simpkins family, which raised a few red flags. I am confident that the evidence we've gathered and Bobby Joe's testimony will help to bring the truth out, though. Anyway, in light of everything that went on here, the police are looking at the whole Simpkins family, not just Junior. I suspect that Simpkins Sr. saw an opportunity to get his payback on the APAR for brainwashing Timothy, the reserve for pushing him off the board, and on my family after my dad reported his eldest son to the police. Oh, and speaking of the board, they've really been great in the last couple of days. They've been really supportive and appreciative of how this mess has been dealt with. I'm getting a lot of the credit, but I keep telling them you were doing most of the work out there in the reserve. If there was ever any doubt from the board that I was right in hiring you, it's gone now. In fact, the work that you and Remy have done is already having a strong effect on our bookings. Next week's schedule is already filling up fast.
Is that it? Alright. Well, as you guys can see, I've got quite a distance to go. And there's no easy path to get there. So I have a feeling I'm going to struggle a little bit doing this. And you guys have seen me struggle enough as it is with the crashes so far today. So I'm just going to bring you guys in when I get a little bit closer. And hopefully this is the last mission and we can call it a day. Alright, so we're less than 200 meters away from the summit or wherever it is we're supposed to be. It hasn't been too difficult to get up here so far, but it is getting harder to pick a good path. That is certain. Let's see, it looks like that left-hand side might be a little bit better to go up. Yeah, that right side is a little steep, I think. I did see another herd of mountain goats. Decided to leave them alone though. They're all female. They're all pretty small too. Come on, jump, fool. But they did leave a nice little need zone, so I picked that up at least. That way I can always come back and find them again.
It's amazing up there, isn't it?
I wouldn't know.
I've only made the climb a handful of times, but it's such a great view. The rattles should be easy to find. They're in a protective case.
Alright, so we finally got to the top. Yikes. Yeah, it really wasn't that bad, but, I mean, it did suck, though. Found your case.
Mission accomplished. Thank you. This means a lot to me. Enjoy the view from the top. You earned it. Our outlook is so much brighter, just because you're here with us. When I get back from the Sundance, why don't we spend some time hunting together? The media attention has actually had some unforeseen side effects. Some government inspectors are coming out to visit the polluted lake. I guess there is such a thing as bad press, huh? I'm gonna go get ready for that meeting. Hopefully we can get things moving again. Take care. We'll catch up soon.
Alright, so unless I'm severely mistaken, that should have been the last story mission. Oops, wrong button. Yeah. I think that was it. Yeah. I love that. I don't know why, but I do. But yeah, you know, we got some nice trophies over the last few episodes of this. Looking pretty dang good. Not completely filled out. We got a bunch of trophies we got to put on the wall up there. But not bad either. Not bad either. Let's see here. Let's go to Trophy Manager. Do we have any saved harvests? No, we don't. Awesome. So what we're going to do from there, we've done the missions for Te Aurora. We've done the missions for Yukon Valley. We've done the missions for Silver Peak Ridge here in Colorado Springs. I kind of want to go to Spain next. What do you guys think? Should we shoot across the pond, go to Spain? Let's do that one. So, our next video series, for story missions at any rate, is going to be here in Spain. I hope you guys enjoyed the Colorado story missions. I know I did, even with all the crashes. It was still rather enjoyable to play through. I really, really like the fact that there was a story and not just a bunch of BS. Just doing a whole bunch of BS missions like what you get in some other maps. So I do appreciate that. The crashes, that's just something we're going to have to deal with. So I do think I'm going to take a small break away from the Hunter Call of the Wild, though this is where we are going to pick off. I think I'm going to go ahead and focus on Lumberjacks Dynasty and fishing the North Atlantic. I can also do Truck Simulator USA. If you guys want to see some of that, I've been playing through that. I'm really enjoying that. Been doing that by myself. What other games do I got? I got Tank Mechanic Simulator, which I've been playing as well. Been enjoying that. But you guys let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. Basically, here's the games that I've got. I'm not going to show Cyberpunk 2077, guys. I'm not going to do it. There's just too much stuff in this game that I would have to edit out or blur or whatever. Not going to do it. Same thing with Hentai versus Virus. Not going to do that because of what's involved with it. I can do any of these other ones. Barn Finders is okay. Beyond Blue, beautiful story with Beyond Blue. Absolutely beautiful story. But it's kind of lengthy. So I don't know. You guys tell me what you want to do, what you want to see, and that's what we're going to go for. We are going to hit up the Spain story missions as well here in the very near future. I might start recording those in March, maybe sooner. Actually, I'll probably get to them sooner than that. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, be safe, be cool, have fun. We'll catch you next time.